I'm not just going for a small population here. I'm going for the entire world, right? So I want to live to see and enjoy 10 billion souls in unity, emotionally free, healed spiritually, in perfect harmony, brought together with love by the ModEvOp Familia. That's what I want. Hello! My name is Michael Earth Osada. Thank you for coming into my life. I'm an unshakable optimist who believes in the future connection of a multicultural experience and our ability to build it together. My why is to inspire people to be emotionally free so we can truly express ourselves, be understood, and live in harmony. My mission is to shatter the image of degradation and replace it with the mode for developing opportunity. I lead people in emotional freedom by helping them find self-awareness so they can experience a whole and complete life of bliss. Within emotional intelligence, 30 steps to live a purpose-driven life is a pyramid beginning from the outside. Your first step is inside. Inside is your awareness to find. You must get to the top of the climb if you want the answers to your mind. Welcome, beautiful soul people of the world. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you. Today, I want to talk about my mission and vision, and how that's going to be within the precision of what impacts your life on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're following me, come walking with me, whether you're talking to me, seeking answers, just listening, or just actually acting in your life on the things that I'm sharing, I'm going to be putting out more content. And the reason for this is it makes me feel good. And hopefully it makes you feel good too. Hopefully this microphone is low enough so that the audio is good. If not, we'll use the audio with the camera. And hopefully we are going to be making massive changes within the universe within the next days, weeks, months, years to come. Today is November 12th, Thursday, 6:28 p.m. And about this mission, I'm going to write something down here. And this mission and vision is within my head. So as I pour it out for you, some of the next things that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be giving the observation from an outside point of view, what it is I'm trying to do here. So through this observation, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and say that everything I'm doing here has to do with you and your personal truth. It has to do with you living in your authenticity. So if personal truth and authenticity are what we're trying to express, personal truth and authenticity, right? These are very, 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 very important aspects of your life. Don't you want to know who you are? Don't you want to live in purpose? Find your purpose? Find your purpose. This personal truth, this is finding your purpose, right? Everybody talks about finding your purpose, but do you really know what that is? Like, each of us have our own unique role here on earth, right? But we're all also souls. And it's not about roles anymore, it's about souls, right? So what I'm trying to introduce here is that you make a difference whether you want to or not, because together we stand united in our unfolding. I unite souls before I show them their role, because we have one life audition and the world is our stage. We must not forget to include the audience, for we aren't ready until we've started a lifelong party. We're all in this together, folks. So the vision of truth and unity, this conscious awareness that everything is interconnected, that we are all a part of each other. In essence, we all can love each other. What this is love. Love is a very high energy vibration. If you have love in your life, then it conquers all, because on the exact opposite polarity of love is going to be hate. And we could say love is the absence of hate. And hate is more like evil. Well, love is the absence of evil. Love is the absence of hate, so to speak. All this has to do, this hate, actually, excuse me. Sorry. I don't know. I was trying to quote somebody, David Icke, but I don't really remember the quote. But it's something along those lines. But the opposite of love is separation, right? So I got that quote wrong. Forgive me. And oftentimes I spell separation wrong. Hopefully I got that right. I hope it's a double A. I'm very good with grammar and vocabulary, so it's always very important to me. But separation is the exact opposite of what love is. If love is to take something as a part of yourself, meaning I own an aspect of you, whether it's good, whether it's bad, I take that part and I acknowledge it as a part of me. I see it as a reflection of me within you, right? Of these even opposing polarities, things you have overcome, things you have not overcome, things that are even materials, things that are plants in this house, this whiteboard, it is a part of me. I love it. I love it. And I see it as myself. To love is to take something as a part of yourself. Essentially to own people, learning how to own people. And the more you get into this conscious awareness, that the awareness of the world that we're living in, I mean, the entire world is trying to keep you in check. What is this essentially? These are your relationships. So your relationships in life are trying to keep you in check. And if your relationships are trying to teach you something, what this is immediately going to do is help you identify what your self-awareness is. So the more you pay attention to how your relationships with your life, with your work, with the people around you, with the things that you take care of, with the daily interactions, the exchanges, this random event, this car driving down the street, this traffic, bumping into somebody, not being able to pay your bills. All of these things are relationships. It's all about relationships. Life. It's relationships. Life is relationships. Everything at the center of it all, living in your heart center, involves paying attention to your relationships and how they're trying to teach you how to become more self-aware, right? How it's trying to give you new experiences so that this self-awareness, which is accepting your shortcomings while accentuating upon your strengths and making your decisions based on the openings in between, everything has to do with alignment. It's trying to keep you in alignment with what you know to be right. And what do we think of enlightenment as? Enlightenment is really being able to live in the expression of love. This is what enlightenment is. Enlightenment. Enlightenment. So we're going to say being able to stay in a state of love. Not even a state, but the practice of love. Paying attention to your relationships and how they affect the awareness of the world as well as yourself. Because this is the center of the universe. You are... We have this saying in Qigong, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together as one. Because you are one, right? Everything is within you. You are within it. You are it. So it's coming into this understanding, which I'm still trying to understand myself, but I'm explaining what I know from other sources that I've taken into the integrity to be a part of me. Living in your heart center is this purpose. So right now, I'm trying to live in my heart center. Living in your heart center, love, these are the same things in that love and unconditional love. To take something as a part of yourself unconditionally, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation, no matter the conditions, unconditional love, to take something as a part of yourself. Unconditional love in this essence, and being able to practice it. Because love is an action, right? Love is a verb. It is an action, and it is a practice. It's a lifelong practice. Being able to live in this is what enlightenment is. So if you're seeking enlightenment, if you're seeking to know your truth, to know your personal truth, check mark, you're seeking to be in alignment with the relationships of the world and how they're telling you to grow and become more of who you authentically are. Authenticity. And by authentically expressing yourself and your personal truth and not being suppressed by the relationships, by everything around you, allowing your environment to be greater than willpower, your willpower becomes greater than your environment. You truly know yourself, you find your purpose, and within your purpose of your universal truth, you're trying to be within the collective, something that shares unconditional love for the greater benefit of the awareness of the world as well as yourself, which is truth and unity, love, unconditional love within this aligned state. Raising the highest vibration, sharing that gift and opening your heart center. Following your joy is what you're here for. This is your purpose. I'm trying to share this with you because it's something that I've become conscious of over time because I brought the subconscious awareness of all the things that were troubling me, which was the exact opposite. I was the furthest thing from self-aware. I couldn't read body language. I couldn't tell what people were thinking about me. I couldn't tell if people were lying to me, if I was being deceived. I was being tricked and manipulated all the time. Like, I never thought I'd have emotional intelligence to be able to read people. Like, I just simply didn't understand. And then when I woke up and I realized, oh my gosh, my entire life is a lie. Everybody in my environment has been lying to me. This is why I'm so sick within my body, within my mind. Oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my mind. I said on camera, on this very GoPro camera, speaking into a camera, trying to figure out what was wrong with my mind, trying to identify that problem and acknowledge it, that there was something wrong with my mind. My body was affected. I had a giant red beard around my mouth that was extremely itchy, scaly, peeling. It was red, it was a rash, it was disgusting. And this was somatically projecting that I wasn't free to express myself, to express my own inner voice, to listen to it. I wasn't paying attention. I was allowing my mind to be subdued by the awareness of other people, which was not beneficial to me. It wasn't for my benefit. It wasn't for my good. It was for their good. And their good was in a downward spiral effect of sharing their stresses and their concerns and all the things that they desired to cripple me, make me less, and essentially take this bubble around my head and go like, hey, we're going to poke your bubble. We're going to shrink it. It's going to shrink a little bit more until we can get your head and pop it, compress it, and make it into what we want it to be, because you're going to be a slave to our mentality and you're going to do everything we say. We're going to manipulate and control the heck out of you and you're going to become our slave. That's what was happening. So I figured that out and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not free to express myself. So I dropped out of college. Within 2 weeks of figuring that out, I put in my 2 weeks notice within another 2 weeks. And then I'm like, hey, I'm quitting this job here. I got to change my environment completely and feel safe, because this entire life that I've been living in, this illusion, it's been shattered. This paradigm is broken. My entire life's a lie. Now I got to live in a new reality. I need to seek safety. I need to get the heck out of here. I need to clear my mind and be like, oh my gosh. Okay, now what do I got to do? Move forward. And that's exactly what I did. And that's why I'm here giving you this presentation, because I'm moving forward, I'm living my life, and I'm not stopping anymore. I'm going to stay in alignment. I'm going to keep making content. I'm going to keep expressing for you, because I know it helps me and it helps you too. Please take this and use it for your benefit. Now here, on to my mission. So, what we're doing with all of this, what does this mean? What does it mean? It means the name of my company, the name of my company is ModEvOp. I created this in 2017, not entirely knowing what it was going to be, but this in every way came into my head. It came into my head when I was doing drywall in 2016 for my uncle and living a life that wasn't for me. I was taking business classes in this college, and I was lifting drywall sheets bigger than this, and carrying it, and my body couldn't handle it because it was starting to break down. My spine was starting to move over to the side like it is now. You see my neck, it's like, oh. And if I'm really comfortable, I'm probably going to be like this. Like my head and my neck is trying to adjust the balance of my body. So my health isn't in the greatest condition, but the way that I raise my vibration and the way that I'm going to heal is if I live in my heart center here. And I stay in alignment with who I truly am and what I'm here to stand for and express. I don't suppress that and say, oh, I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna slow down and be like, hey. Nah. It's good to observe. But it's also good to be true to yourself. And if I'm denying that and I'm living out these aspects that are not wholly serving me and the world in its entirety, because I know that it is for the highest good of all beings, then why am I doing it? I shouldn't be doing that, and I shouldn't keep it going. I shouldn't be quiet. The world needs me and my voice. I've been ready since 2019, okay? Personalities of influence and marketing haven't taken up this world war faking. It's the first time in human history we pathologize the population with technology. 2 billion people's mental needs have been the product of our greed. We've made redemptive worldwide acceptance, but we're living tempted without repentance. People will forget what it means to be human. It's an anti-human society we're grooming. That's right. The user is responsible. We are responsible. So, ModEvOp, what this is, it came to me when I was rapping to Public Enemy in 2016. Doing drywall. Doing something that wasn't for me. And I'm like, ModEvOp, mode evolution operation. ModEvOp, I like the sound of that. ModEvOp. Ooh, that sounds cool, man. Maybe that means something. Maybe I'll log that. Maybe that's important. Maybe that'll be my artist name if I ever decide to rap, you know? So this came up, ModEvOp. What does this mean? It means mode evolution operation. And really, what is mode? A mode is a method, right? It's a way or a process of doing things. And through this process of doing things, you are evolving. Evolution has to do with the state of awareness and the consciousness with all of that helping you develop your conscious awareness so that you grow and you evolve and you become this entirely new person through shedding all of the cycles that don't serve you, confronting the darkness, facing the fear and saying, hey, this isn't so right here. Because all of this in its basic understanding, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be saying, hey, do what you know to be right. Do what you know is good, makes you feel good, and follow through with that commitment. That's all this is. That's all this is. And if you do what you know to be right, what feels good, it's going to be love. It's not going to be hate or separation. It's not going to be things that bring us apart, because all human suffering comes from our desire to be loved, which is the opposite of separation. And right now, the world is being kept apart from each other. We are being separated on mass levels. I mean, you look at the Black Lives Matter movement. It is separation by not seeing that we are an infinite stream of consciousness. And we're just one point within an infinite stream of consciousness. We are each other. I am you. I am another yourself. I am not this body. I am not this race. I am not this job that I'm doing here. I am not sick. I am not this thing that I identify with. The moment you identify with something, you are it. So you have to shed those layers of that identity and evolve. Upgrade rather than degrade and say, hey, I am this thing and I am set in my ways and thinking. That I am something that is a label You keep shedding labels, you keep not identifying with labels, you disidentify with it, and you operate. The operation is a method for developing opportunity. Mode. It is a method for evolving, and the operation is the mission of us evolving as a process and method for developing opportunity. Mode, evolution, operation. Uniting all nations is what I later added in 2019 when I made the album. And it's not about nations. Nations are already separate. It's uniting all nations. It's not seeing national pride in this way, but within the human race, within us just being spiritual beings in this human experience. We are living a human experience. All those things, the body, the mind, your looks, all these materialistic things, the things that are very temporary, that don't matter. It's just an experience. I am a spiritual being living a human experience known as Michael. That's what I am. That's who I am. So all these titles and these things you associate it with, the more you identify it, the less you're going to be able to evolve and live in your heart center. Alignment is living in your heart center. So this is important. This is extremely important. Live in your heart center. And the way I like to draw hearts, which is kind of cool, you might like it, is like that. Because this is my I in cursive. And if you literally go like ha, 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 like literally, it looks like a heart, doesn't it? I mean, I think it does. So, you're living in your heart center. And this is the point of all this. So mode, evolution, operation. What I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be developing a platform for people to be able to speak their truth in unity with the ModEvOp Familia. This is based around creating a family. If the ModEvOp Familia exists, which it does, I am member number 1, then basically we're going to be familiar as if we're all familia. We're all family here. You understand? We are all family. We are all each other. We are one with each other. And while we express ourselves differently with our own unique authenticity, it's about staying true to the vision of unity while exercising our own unique individual identities. So the ModEvOp Familia, our mission is to shatter the image of degradation, right? So evolve, devolve, upgrade, degrade, shatter the image of degradation. Do the opposite. Our mission, my mission, is to shatter the image of degradation and replace it with the mode for developing opportunity. ModEvOp. Mode, developing, I kind of like that, dev, up. It's within the words, but it is mode, evolution, operation. So, the ModEvOp Familia, how I'm going to do this is number 1, the Altar Business Ministry, which is basically my flagship version of creating an accountability group, family of Earthwords humans, people who listen to the earth, the universe, the words and innate intelligence that it is trying to give you. If you can receive that, then it allows you to get more in touch with your humanity. What makes you human? What makes you a soul, spiritual being? Earthwords humans. But this is the ModEvOp Familia. So this is a completely different term, Earthwords humans. It's going to be used for my podcast. The podcast is called the Earthwords Human Podcast. Now, this is something that's been going on for some time. I already submitted videos online. Oh my gosh, such an old podcast video when I started. That was great. So So the Earthwords Human podcast is going to be the platform where people are going to be able to speak and share their completely unique stories and messages. And I don't care who comes on at this point. So long as they have something unique that they need to share that other people need to hear. And it is a profound message. It shakes people from their shoes, man. The Earthwords Human podcast is going to be the free content for how people are going to be able to receive my information along with the information with others that allows me to be able to connect with the awareness of the world and develop relationships that are going to be beneficial for the whole. And it's going to help me learn too. This is the best way that I learn, is by exchanging energy, right? So reading a book is a lot harder than me talking to people and feeling them. Same thing with text messages. How do you read between the lines of that? I'm still good as an emotional freedom coach seeing where I can catch them, where they're not catching themselves, but texting is different from feeling somebody's energy and being with them in person. Very different story. Voice is another level too, but like it goes, it's written form, audio, which is voice, written form, voice, and then video, which is everything except for the tangible version of you being there in person. So then there's in person. I don't know if that's got a different term than in person though. So the Earthwords Human podcast, this is one step, but before I can be able to make this not true, but before I can be able to make this a thing, I need a website, right? And before I can make the website something that's tangible, the purpose of the website is to help me generate money. So the website, which is my own personal brand, michaelearthosada.com. By the way, I just misspelled my name. My name is Michael Osada. Thank you very much. I know who I am. I remember my experience that I'm living out here on planet Earth. Michael Osada. This is my personal brand. This is the website at the moment. And we're going to be working on building this within the upcoming months of this year. Hopefully having everything ready and prepared by next year. In which case, this is going to be one of the pieces, the epitome of all the collected perspective that I have to share with other people. What this helps me do is it helps me create money. It helps me make money so that I can be able to share and meet the needs of you and help create decisions within this world, help make choices that create an impact that is necessary, because we have a necessity to recognize the problems that we are facing, a lack of resources. Those resources are being stripped away. We're going to go through so much hardship these upcoming years, you don't even know. You're not even seeing it, that we're being conditioned into wearing a mask and living a life that just isn't for us. They're slowly changing things, one massive leap at a time, but not so much that we're like, what the heck is that? But we get into this acceptance and approval of, okay, so we have a lockdown. Oh, we're just going to throw this out there and you know, it'll be a short time and everything will be okay. We're just trying to keep people from connecting with each other in a way that it stops the spread of the disease. The virus. COVID is here. So, in essence, they ended up shifting that, and they ended up taking away our ability to see ourselves. Mirror neurons, right? The lockdown was only supposed to be for 1 month or whatever. I don't know how long it was going to be. I don't know the factual evidence. Don't quote me on that. But, you know, they take away our jobs. People get laid off because of this lockdown then. And we can't even see each other. We can't see our facial expressions, our mirror neurons. They're not reflecting who we are. And oh my gosh, like, how do we feel human if our kids have little boxes drawn around them and they're taken out of school and they can't step outside of these boxes? 5-year-olds, man. They can't socialize with their friends when they're wearing these masks. These masks that say, oh, I need to wear this mask for, I can't give you the exact percent, but I think it's Z26%, right? So like it's 0.026%, not 26%, that the virus is actually killing people, right? And the infection rate is something else. I mean, the infection rate is so high because they're diagnosing these people. They're giving them basically, I'm not supposed to be talking about this on this talk, but they're giving people, basically, they're diagnosing them with the virus, and they're putting it out there as if they have COVID and they even die of COVID if they just have one or a few of these symptoms. And they're diagnosing it by symptoms. They're not actually checking the virus and seeing how people can actually be evaluated for the virus, because they didn't isolate the virus. They didn't bring it into, tests where they're able to say, hey, they didn't contain it. They didn't give tests. What's the process where, you have a certain positive and all the environment is positive, and then a controlled. They didn't do controlled tests to isolate the virus and say, hey, we can start developing this vaccine and da-da-da-da. They already have the vaccine. The vaccine was made a very long time ago. Very long time ago. But they're just slowly trying to inch us into a place where they have completely demolished our economy. They have completely taken away all of our hope. All of our small businesses are being destroyed. All the big businesses are like, hey, Facebook, Amazon, hey, I don't care. Google, oh, YouTube, oh, it's okay. It doesn't affect us. But all the small businesses are getting wiped out. They're completely going bankrupt. And all the people who had a chance are now getting put into the bottom level of the population. And we're getting a complete reset for them to completely devastate us and our economy until we get to the point where they think they've done enough. They've done enough to completely put us under their feet, and then they'll lift this whole COVID thing. Like right now we're going through wave 2 of COVID, and the virus is picking up, and oh my gosh, I mean, there's just so much madness going on here that I don't know how we're going to get through it, but we're going to. And this is an imperative time that we start speaking up for what the real truth is. We start operating within a state of love, because all of this matters so much. And what I want to do is I want to bring together 10 billion souls to be in unity, and I want to live to see and feel that. 10 billion souls in unity, in perfect harmony. That feels good. 10 billion souls in unity, in perfect harmony. And I want to do this through the ModEvOp Familia. Now, the ModEvOp Familia, the way that we're going to go from free content, this is one option. Paid content, the flagship model for this is the Altar Business Ministry. So the Altar Business Ministry is basically all of us evolving and keeping each other in check with our mental and emotional health, and going out in ministry helping serve a need that needs to be met, helping people meet their needs, and in essence, that they're improving in who they actually are. They're finding their purpose. They're identifying, first off, what their voice is. They're connecting with other people in their voices and helping build their voice through taking those values into their integrity. And then they're going out and saying, hey, this makes me feel so good that I need to do more of this. And they find their purpose and they live out their freedom journey. If you're living your freedom journey, you're following your calling. And the Altar Business Ministry is the authentic leadership transformation, authentic realization business. It is our business to go out and serve and meet people's needs by being this realized version through accountability, recognizing the problem and the necessity to be able to band together and take our resources, build a business that pays people to be a part of evolution, mode evolution operation. Truth and unity to unite together as one and to evolve their awareness, to become better human beings. And at the heart, at the center of it all, remain in alignment so that we can remain together in this, get paid for it. You will be compensated and you'll be able to say, I don't get paid for what I do. Your role here. I get paid for who I am, your soul. By getting more in tune with your soul, also known as your heart, the English language, they use them as the same thing. More in touch with your soul, healing your soul, because if you notice, your mind, your body, and your emotions, all of these things have to do with your health, and all of these is the health of your spirit, the health of your soul. When they say heal your soul, that's what this means, is healing your emotional, mental, and physical health. This is your unlimited spiritual component that resides within this vessel, and you take care of all of this because your divine version of yourself doesn't diminish in its state. It doesn't get sick. Your body, your mind, and your emotions do. So helping better process your emotions and handle those and control those and healing your emotional needs, the traumas that bind you. That is really at the core of what you need for being more in touch with yourself, spiritual freedom, but also healing your soul, healing your character, figuring out who you are, and then becoming a sovereign human being. So the Alter Business Ministry is really focused around that. And it's a paid model. I'm going to try and make it a low cost barrier to entry and use that as the flagship for developing my businesses and maintaining some of the expenditures that I need to grow this thing, and have other people invite their friends and their family too, people who they want to be a part of Mode Evolution Operation, and expand upon that to then be able to help people at a greater level, where through the Alter Business Ministry, we're creating emotional freedom coaches. So they learn all this content along with many other things that are going to help people obtain the knowledge that they need. But the Alter Business Ministry, it increases, number one, it's a community with other like-minded people. You're in it together with people who are probably going to be your friends forever. And these people, this community, increases the accountability. It increases your ability to track your results in your evolution, in your growth. It allows for you to have a positive environment, which so many people need. I mean, we need more socialization. Not fascism. Not anything like that. We need to socialize more now than ever. And the way we do that is through the internet at the moment. And also fun. We just got to have fun, right? So all these things the Alter Business Ministry does, unique from everything else. And it's an accountability group. So the other ways that we're going to go about doing that is by creating emotional freedom coaches out of this. And in which case, this next level is going to be emotional freedom coaching. So that's working with me or someone else who is skilled in this and can help you personally. It's going to be more accountability. It's going to be more results. It's just going to be a better version of this and more personal too. So you work with the family with the personal truth, family members with the personal truth that you resonate with the most, you think you can learn the most because you value what it is that they're saying. They went through similar experiences you, and the story is similar, and they overcame the state that you are currently in. Therefore, they can help you heal and grow because they have what you want. In the Alter Business Ministry, the whole family is going to help you get it. We're all one. So there's these few components of what it is that I need to do. And believe me, there is more. But before I can do all this, I definitely need to have my website. Definitely need to have that. I need to have this at some point after the website, possibly before. You don't need a website to have a podcast. That's not true. But I need to start creating an income with at least one product, if not the Altar Business Ministry, then something else, a low-cost product, right? Something like my book, which is called Touch the Spirit. Kill the Crime. Touch the Spirit, Kill the Crime, Surviving Mental and Emotional Homelessness. So I didn't actually feel inspired to finish this book because I had slowed down on everything and I wanted this outcome of my body being healed so that everything would just be okay and I'd be able to move on to the next stage of my life. And I totally thought that I would be at that next stage and I'd be an evolved person, but I haven't gotten there. So I need to continue doing what I was doing before that was making me feel good so that I can up that, oh shoot, I'm late to my Qigong session. So that I can up the ante, and start feeling better about everything that it is I'm doing, raising my vibration, and actually be healed because I'm expressing myself and my truth. So this is the plan. As for the beginning stages of what I need to do, there's more. There's a lot that you're not seeing. But this is essentially at the core of the ModEvOp Familia. Mode Evolution Operation. We're developing a method for developing opportunity. These people, I don't get paid for what I do. I get paid for who I am. And they're helping other people become emotionally free, which is basically healed spiritually. So, like I said, I'm not just going for a small population here. I'm going for the entire world, right? So I want to live to see and enjoy 10 billion souls in unity, emotionally free, healed spiritually, in perfect harmony, brought together with love by the ModEvOp Familia. That's what I want. And if I can be able to do this, which I can, it's going to be through duplicative leadership. The Altar Business Ministry is going to be a part of that. The ModEvOp Familia is going to be a part of that. And this is our community, the ModEvOp Familia. This is our family. This is the entire world who is aligned with this vision of truth and unity, unconditional love and enlightenment and all these things that are keeping us away from separation, but rather shattering the image of degradation and replacing it with a mode for developing opportunity, in turn living in a vibration of love, and helping people through emotional freedom coaching by being earthwards humans, paying attention to how the universe and our relationships with Source, we'll call it, also known as God, is helping keep you in check and helping you evolve, because God is within you, in your relationships that you are manifesting in the external as a consequence and result of what you are vibrationally, internally, is what is going to help you have relationships, health, peace of mind, everything you want in life. You're going to have it. But you have to understand that you cannot manipulate things with power to be able to get what you want, like these people are trying to do, keeping us in separation. But you must be able to live in your heart center with love, right? In your heart center. So the ModEvOp Familia is responsible for all this. I'm going to be working on my website in the upcoming days, weeks, months. Shouldn't take that long for a website, but it's going to be pretty expensive, not going to lie. And there's going to be other websites and other things too. So we're looking forward to that. The Earthwards Human podcast will be coming out sometime after that or before. Don't know. I don't know when it's going to project. I can't give you an exact time. The Alter Business Ministry, Touch the Spirit, Emotional Freedom Coaching, all that's going to be available. And I'm looking forward to being able to share it. So long as I am here, I'm alive, you will be receiving me. And regardless of everything, this movement can be carried on with or without me. And I am just the person who puts it into a vision, a mission for you to be able to see and understand, comprehend, and live out for the highest good of all beings. Thank you for taking the time, the energy to listen to me, hear a bit about my story, hear about a bit about my mission and vision for the ModEvOp Familia, for the entire world, for all of us human beings, for beautiful souls, people of the world. Can I get a family from all humans I meet? We're familiar, as though we're all familiar. The ModEvOp Familia sends its regards. Mode Evolution Operation, uniting all nations. I love you with my heart, with my soul, with every fiber of my entire being. Thank you for being, and don't forget to take care of the world, okay?
Published in the 21st century, my microlith I saw just so you can't see. Your agreement to come in peace is what makes this a safe place for all of us to breathe.